Hey guys, Sarah here. One last video for today. Let me move that. Today I am going to talk to you about Keto by Design. So if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll know that I follow the ketogenic lifestyle. It is not a diet. I'm just going to get that out there right now. It is literally just a way of eating that it's just like being a vegetarian or a vegan or those people who eat nothing but meat. I'm not one of those. Um, that being said, I've been using Keto by Design for about 2 weeks now. It is a BHB formula. It has, I'll just read it off so I don't get it wrong. It has magnesium, beta hydrobutyrate, calcium beta hydroxybutyrate, and sodium beta hydroxybutyrate. So the importance of this is, especially when you're first starting out on keto, when you start intaking more water, and inevitably you'll start actually eating less the longer you do keto, especially if you intermittent fast. I can't even say it. It's just funny because I do it. Especially if you intermittent fast, the longer you intermittent fast, the longer you go between meals, the less you eat. And the more water you drink. So what ends up happening is when you're drinking that water, your electrolytes get flushed. And the importance of these is it has the magnesium, the calcium, the sodium. And what I would also recommend alongside it would be a multivitamin with potassium, because the sodium, magnesium, and potassium are the three things that I know I personally struggle with getting in if I don't drink like a Propel water with electrolytes, or take a multivitamin, and then also as this as well. What's great about this when you're first starting, and the reason I keep saying when you first start, is because once you actually get into the keto lifestyle and you start getting used to it and your body adjusts, especially if you continue to take your multivitamin and drink electrolyte water at least once a day, it's not necessarily something you have to have. I prefer it. I actually really like this because then I don't have to question whether or not I'm getting enough nutrients. I know I'm getting them. That being said, it's not necessary. It's just something extra that I do. But the reason I keep pushing the idea of when you first start is when you're first starting and your body hasn't adjusted yet, you get what's called the keto flu. Now, it's not an actual flu. That being said, it feels like the actual flu. You get tired, you lose your energy. Some people get migraines. I know I got a pretty bad headache when I first started. You ache all over. And it's not that you're actually sick. It's that your body is adjusting to this new way of life. And it's almost, this is going to sound bad, it's like going through drug withdrawal. So the biggest part of the ketogenic lifestyle is you're cutting out carbs and sugar. And interestingly enough, what I've found through doing keto is a lot of times your carbs are tied to sugar. A lot of your sugar comes from your carbs. So pasta, rice, cereals, breads, they all have sugars. And if they don't have sugar, they still have sugar. If you actually look into the ingredients, maltodextrin, high fructose corn syrup, sugar substitutes, some of those sugar substitutes really are not substitutes, I'm going to tell you, and they taste horrible. But that being said, a lot of times they'll take out one ingredient and they'll add in another. So I've also noticed on labels, if they are really big while saying it's low in fat, it's probably really high in carbs. If they say it's low in calories, it's also, once again, probably really high in carbs. If they say it's sugar-free, a lot of times the carbs will drop just a little, but you also have to pay attention to what they add to make up for the fact that it's sugar-free. Like if it's going to say that it's going to add maltodextrin or aspartame, it's probably just as bad for you as if you were eating the actual thing. So anyways, I digress. That's the word I'm going for. I digress. So anyways, this right here, when you're first starting keto, would be your lifesaver. It has the electrolytes you need to help combat that keto flu so you don't feel so bad. And where I was going with the keto flu is it's you withdrawing from sugar. Sugar is actually proven to be more addictive than cocaine. They did studies on rats where rats actually chose sugar over cocaine. And to me, it's scary because that's something that's an everyday staple in 90% of homes. And it's widely accepted by the government and nutritionists and everyone the like. And a lot of it comes down to the money it makes them. And I know that sounds horrible, but that's what it is. You're never going to see sugar removed from our diets and pushed out simply because people make a ton of money off of it. It's like big pharma. They make a ton of money off of medications, even though you're reading the label and it's saying you're going to get this and this and this and this and this side effect, meaning you're going to have to take this and this and this and this drug to make it to counteract. They still do it. And I'm not saying that there is not a benefit to taking a prescription medication. There most definitely is. That being said, there are actually also natural ways to combat certain things without having to take those medications. And instead of taking those routes first, they're just pushing big medicine. And, teach them. That being said, sugar is basically a drug, and it is more addictive and mind altering than cocaine. That is a scary fact. And so the biggest thing about keto, when you're first coming off of it, is you cut out all those sugars and you kind of go cold turkey. It's not something that you kind of ease into. You're eating good proteins. You're eating vegetables. You're eating fat. So your butters, your olive oils, your coconut oil, your MCT oil. You're eating your chicken, your fish, your lean ground beef, your steak, your ribs, whatever. Good protein sources. And then you're having your leafy green vegetables, broccoli, lettuce, asparagus. I love radishes. They're not green, but they're good. So you're getting a really good, well-rounded nutrition, but you've cut out the breads, the pastas, the cereals, the cookies, the ice creams, all that. And in return, your body is withdrawing from that sugar it's no longer getting. And it's just like coming off of drugs. That's what I mean. So this actually helps to combat that, because while you're in withdrawal, you're also losing electrolytes with all the water that you've added into your diet. And this will help counteract that as well. It's not, to me, it's all natural. You've got the calcium, magnesium, sodium. If you are to drink like a Propel water, you're getting your potassium, and again, some more sodium and a little bit more magnesium, which is really good for you when you're flushing out all this bad stuff and you're drinking all that water, to make sure you're getting your electrolytes, because without those electrolytes, you're probably going to hold on to the weight. You're going to feel really groggy and crappy, and not that. You're not going to feel good. And a lot of times that's enough to make people quit before they ever get started. So I don't want you to quit before you get started. So the benefit of Keto by Design is it is supposed to support Elisha, if I have to speak to you again. Sorry about that. It supports the ketogenic lifestyle. It supports low carb. So even if you're not ketogenic and all you do is low carb, yes, they're similar, but no, they're not the same thing. But it supports that. I'm just going to read it so I don't miss anything. It reduces appetite. It causes fat loss, acceleration, supports weight loss, mental focus, ketosis. Comes in easy to swallow capsules. I'll show you them in a second. And it's supposed to burn fat. So there are some things on this bottle that I cannot speak to. I've been using this for about 2 weeks, and I do like it. And I can tell you it has done wonders when it comes to how I feel, especially when it comes to my mental clarity and my energy. I admittedly was not getting enough nutrients as far as magnesium and potassium, especially. Ivan, you're being rude. No. As far as my electrolytes were going, I was drinking Propel, but I probably needed to drink 2 or 3 more of those to supplement the fact that I didn't have something like this in my pantry at the time. So that being said, I can say mental clarity and energy wise, I mean, just the way that I feel really a lot better. The things that I cannot speak to is the weight loss and the appetite suppression. Not because I don't think it does those things, but simply because when you're eating a ketogenic diet, weight loss is kind of a byproduct of it as it is. And when you intermittent fast the way that I do, appetite suppression kind of comes with it. And as you get further into your ketogenic lifestyle, you'll find you're less hungry because you're only eating for energy and nutrients and, you know, that type of thing, opposed to eating because you're bored or you're feeling super hungry. Because I've admittedly gone back to eating regular with the carbs and stuff. And I can tell you, the moment I ate that way, I was constantly hungry. And then as soon as I went right back to keto, it was a day or two of me feeling a little bit more peckish and hungry than usual. And then I went back to, I don't even eat lunch until probably almost around 3. And a lot of times I'll just hold off till dinner and just eat one big meal with lots of veggies, a little bit of protein and some fat. And I'm good for the day. And it's not that I'm not getting, I gotta put my laptop in. It's not that I'm not getting enough nutrients or enough food. I do. I just do it in one meal. So the reason that I can't really say anything about the fat loss is simply because I can't prove whether it was the ketogenic lifestyle or the pill. I'm sure it helps, and I know appetite-wise, I'm sure it's helped a little bit on that front as well, because I have noticed that I don't eat quite as much as I had been before I started taking this. No, later. Ooh, that's nice. Check this out, guys. All right, go. Yeah. Oh, you want me to show them this one? And this one, off topic. Okay. So those are two things that I can't really prove were attributed to this, so I'm not going to claim that they were. I don't want to put any false claims out there. But when you're first starting out, I'm sure that it probably is a lot more noticeable. I've been doing keto since January off and on. I've been doing it strictly for the last month and a half to 2 months. I did have like one cheat day, and it was the worst thing I've ever done. Not because I couldn't come back off of it and go right back into keto, but because I felt horrible. So anyways, that being said, I do like this. I do love that it has the magnesium and the sodium particularly. The calcium is good as well because you're not drinking milk. You're getting nut milks. You can have nut milks. You can have heavy creams, things like that. But they're not packed with calcium the way that cow's milk is. But they're also not packed with sugar the way that cow's milk is, which I might add does not come from a cow. The milk itself does, but the different nutrients, the calcium, the vitamin D, the sugar is all added later. It is not naturally in cow's milk. I'm just going to throw that out there because it drives me crazy, because I can tell you, growing up in cow country, you learn a lot. So anyways, off topic. But again, this is Keto by Design. And right now they are running a special for my followers. So if you would like to buy one and get one free, all you need to do is use the code Ketofree. It'll be in the description in case you forget. So Ketofree, and you can buy one, get one free. And then the link for this product is also below. And the awesome part is for every bottle that is bought, $1 is donated to Big Oak House. Big Oak, I think that's what it's called, which is a children's home for kids who need to be fostered and adopted. So I thought that was a really great cause. I really love it. Again, it is Keto by Design. The links are below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and you can follow me at the other links below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.